This video is brought to you by Artistworks. Artistworks are part of True5 Studios, and they offer direct access to master musicians through their innovative online learning platform. Partnering with iconic musicians, they've crafted decades of industry experience into guided paths of online lessons. Crucially, there's an option to get personal feedback tailored specific to your playing via their unique video exchange. Get direct guidance towards your playing goals. You can use the code JNC40 to get 40% off of any of Artistworks courses. Okay, so on Mondays I try to give you like some sort of lick lesson or lick type lesson. I've also been doing these videos where I try and show you some element that was like, I think transformative to my playing or could help you. If you're interested in this sort of stuff, Patreon is the place that you can help support the channel. Leave a comment if you find this useful, and there's a lessons and licks playlist where you can find more of this sort of stuff. I'm just going to jump straight in now. The thing about kind of the fretboard is that I think we can, some of us that have spent a lot of time practicing, you kind of get to the stage where you're kind of thinking about things in quite a shape-based way. And this is a thing that I think you may have heard of, a guy called Alex Jung on Instagram, Horace Bray, some of these folks, but also players like Jonathan Kreisberg, Julian Lage. You can hear some of this stuff in their playing. But instead of things that are purely based in one position or purely scale based, we're talking about an idea which is more arpeggio based. So I'm going to show you the concept to start with. This actually comes from a wider pattern which I'll also show you, but I wanted to start kind of up here. We've got this kind of thing going on. So right, we're going to start at the 10th fret. We're going to jump a string up to the 14th fret. So here we've got the root G, and then we've got the 9 A, right? And then down to the 5th, to the 3rd. Now, what can you do with this as an idea? You could learn it in different places around the neck. That's not right. And that'd be one thing, like it's quite a cool sound, right? And even that in itself might be a bit of a challenge. But what I think is really fun to do is to move things diatonically through the major scale. And so I'm going to show you how to do this descending first. So what you're going to need to do is for every single note, just visualize where that's going to end up if you moved it one note diatonically. So in G, one note below G would be F sharp, right? The A would be down to a G, the D would be down to a C, and the B would be down to an A. So you'd get this. right. Right? Okay, then we could keep going, right? So we then start with an E from the F sharp, a B from the C, and then an F sharp from the G, and then the A turns to a G. Then one more, and so on. So what we've got there is a sequence that is moving diatonically through the scale. So you could start off with any kind of shape and start trying this, but it's probably easier if you do this with it writing it down or planning it through Guitar Pro or something like that to start with. But that's the concept. And you can have loads of fun with that. Now, the other kind of things that I wanted to show you on this, to do this with like a bigger shape. So a couple that I sort of came up with. Okay, so that's kind of the harder concept, a bigger shape. The same concept applies. Where you're just moving one note up at a time. Etc. Then another idea that I had, this kind of started off the whole thing. So kind of end it with a bit more of a traditional. Any of these parts. move those around as well. So those are some concepts that I've been playing with today. The tab up on Patreon will give you a few more ideas that you could experiment with if you were finding that as an inspiring thing, and also the backing track that I was playing over on the introduction there. But that's just a thing that kind of transformed my playing when I started to think about the neck in this way instead of just the traditional just up and down scales kind of thing. I hope you find that enjoyable, and I'll catch you in another video soon. Cheers!